Hello everyone, welcome to Miranda Detailing. So today we are working on a Volkswagen Passat wagon. We're going to be doing our full detail inside and out, and then a one-step with sealant on the exterior. So I had the customer bring the vehicle to us, and it's about 5:20 in the evening, and we're already losing daylight, unfortunately. It looks really dark out, and it's cold. So what we're going to do, I'm not going to be able to show you a lot of the wash process outside. Really what I'm going to do is the wheels, and then I'm going to give it a rinse thoroughly, a degreasing thoroughly, and then I'm going to pull it inside the garage where it's nice and warm, and I'm going to do a rinseless wash on it and decontamination, and get it cleaned up on the outside, inside, because it's freezing out, and tomorrow it's going to be a high of 30 and it's going to be 16 degrees this evening, so that's not going to be fun. But let's do what we can, and I'll just set the camera up and show you a little bit of our process doing the wheels. You're not going to see a lot, but at least you'll see a little bit of the wheel washing and the rinsing, and then we'll pull it in, get the rest of it done. Let's go. Okay, so we cleaned the wheels, I degreased everything, rinsed everything. I'm gonna go ahead and give it an O&R bath, and then clay bar, and then we'll dry it and see where we're at with that. Okay guys, it is now washed, and I'm going to go on into the clay bar stage, and as you can see, the paint is still all wet, and it has the optimum no rinse that I just wiped down everything with, and really it didn't even dirty up the towels that I used. It was already fairly clean. I think the owner keeps it very well maintained. So now we're gonna go on to the clay bar stage. So what I have is a bucket of hot water here, and I have my fresh clay bars in there. So let's see as we go through and see what we can pick up. It feels pretty smooth, but you never know until you start to clay bar it and see what it will pick up on the paint. Okay, so it is fully clay barred now, so we're going to dry it, blow dry it, and then inspect the paint. Okay, so we just finished blow drying and hand drying the vehicles. So I did IPA all the paint to see what we're working with, and this is not going to be a full correction. This is just going to be a one-step or an all-in-one. And already as I was going through it, I could see, sorry for the flicker on the video, I'm not sure why it's doing that, but as you can see, this thing has some buffer trails. There's a lot of movement in the paint. Somebody has definitely been here before. It's all over the vehicle. And there have been some portions that have been repainted. Yeah, there's a lot of movement. Somebody has definitely went through with a rotary polisher and went to town. And you can see, I think that right there, this really hazy area is possibly overspray. And I think there's a whole, yep, there's a whole section right there of overspray. That might need some wet sanding to be able to remove that completely. And as you can see, the whole roof is swirled and has all of that movement. When you look at the light and you see all that movement, that means someone has been through here with a rotary buffer or polisher, wool pad. They never refined it, they never used a dual action polisher to remove those. Usually whatever they're using has fillers, so that doesn't show up until maybe a few washes down the road, and then you see those swirls. So what we're also going to do is remove the badges. So we're going to debadge those, the Passat symbol here, and then the little R line emblem here. We're also going to remove. The customer doesn't want that on there. And we're going to clean up the wheels. They're gloss black and they need just maybe a little bit of hand polishing to make them look nice. And then the interior is not horrible, but it could use some carpet shampooing, and the leather really isn't too bad, but we'll clean it and we'll condition it and we'll clean all of that. Okay, interior is done. All the carpets are cleaned, all the leather is steam cleaned and conditioned, all the door panels, underneath all the seats, the back, and the glass still needs a little help, but I'll finish that off when we're done with the entire detail. So let's take a look at the inside. Now here we have some damage. Volkswagen, a lot of the German cars, Volkswagen, Audi, BMW, they have a coating that they put on these interior plastic components, and unfortunately over time it starts to deteriorate. In fact, even with some new cars, if they aren't cleaned properly and these areas get really grungy quickly, then even light to medium aggressive cleaning can start to take that coating off, unfortunately. Bad design. But this isn't too bad, so it cleaned up nicely. Doesn't look like the lighting is poor here, but the carpet is actually nice and clean. The carpets look really nice. And the leather is cleaned up. All the cup holders. And this is just damage. We make sure to pull these seats up and get under here. And that's just damage. It's the carpet fluff starting to come out. But this is that weird trunk material that gets dirty and damaged really quickly. So leather is looking nice. It's really poor light in here. I apologize for that, but I don't like doing interior detailing in my garage because even though I have plenty of light out here, I don't have that natural light coming in through the windows, unfortunately. So that's enough of the interior. That's all done. So let's get on to the exterior. Okay guys, so let's take a look at the paint again. We saw it earlier, but for some reason my light wasn't acting correctly. So you can see it is heavily swirled, and it has even some movement here you can see in the light from a previous polisher or buffer. Oh, there's some movement from a polisher. So we call those holograms because they move with the light. They kind of create that hologramish effect. So that's why they're called that. And even on the roof, there's a lot of it. And we saw also earlier some of that hazing. It's actually not hazing, I believe that's overspray, paint overspray, because there's little bits of it here too. So there's parts of this that were repainted. That's just a smudge. There's some more of that overspray and more hologramming on the top, a lot of it. So let's see what we can accomplish with a one-step polish. See if we can improve that. to the paint touch-up stage. Everything else is pretty much complete. I think there's maybe just a few other little things I need to get to, like the exhaust pipes we're gonna get to in a minute. And right now we're gonna focus on the paint chips. There are a lot of paint chips on this paint. As you saw, the paint is pretty trashed. I tried my best to do a one-step. It ended up being that I had to do a couple of one-steps to be able to get it to the level that I needed. But it is looking great. Interesting color. It's not black, really. It is actually a super, super, super dark metallic blue. It just looks black when you first see it. However, when you put lights to it and you really start to look around and the sun hits it, it actually has a bluish tinge to it. So that's really what it is. Now that it's polished and super glossy, you begin to see the metallic flake and the true color really start to come out, which is beautiful. This really could have benefited, again, just like one of the last videos that we did on the Jetta, could have benefited from a full paint correction. But at this point, this is what we're going to be settling with right now. Again, the paint looks fabulous. So let's go through it and see the result of the paint, and then we'll get onto the paint chips as well. So let's show you that. So here are some of the paint chips. Some of them are pretty big. They stand out. And they're just peppered throughout the hood, and a few along the side, along the A-pillars, and a few on top, I believe. So we'll get to that. As you can see, the paint on camera actually does look a lot more blue now. At first glance, it just looks black, but it really is a dark, dark metallic blue, which I really like that color. So let's look at the exhaust pipe. This does have some performance parts on it, so let's see if we can clean these up. Exhaust pipes are done. Now let's go on to the paint touch-up. So what I have here is this little kit. Now I saw this online on YouTube, and I believe Larry Cosella from Ammo, I saw him using this. So I had to go and buy one because he's awesome and I love watching his videos. He teaches a lot of different techniques that I just find so interesting. So we're going to put a little bit of the paint into this, and as you can see when I focus here, this has a really fine point. There we go. Has a really fine point, and you fill the little hollow point here with paint, and then you'll see that it comes out of the little point here. Very, very fine. It does tend to clog a little bit once it starts to dry, so you gotta work fast, but let's get on to some of the paint touch-up. Pretty cool, right? Love this little thing. Clogs easily, so you gotta keep moving fast. Let's go. If it does clog, comes with this little cleaner. All right, let us pull this thing out, see how it looks in the sun. We have some sun out today, even though it is 40 degrees out. It actually feels a little bit colder than that. So let's pull it out and see what it looks like. Okay everyone, that one is done. So everything has been cleaned, polished. Now this service was the diamond service with the extra one-step polish, which I again went a little overboard, which I tend to do. I had it for about a day and a half, and so that gave me plenty of time to work on it. So the customer is going to be here in a few minutes to come and pick it up. If you have enjoyed this video, please like it, share it, please subscribe to our channel. We are, again, always making you more videos so that you can see our services, and hope you have a great day. Take care.